All right. I think the broadcast has started. All right, hang on. I need to send the tweet here, get this out, let everyone know that Post Game Live has started. There it is. All right, I see the link. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. This is going to be a good one. I am excited for this Post Game Live. All right, the tweet has been sent. Hello, everyone. Welcome to ECH Post Game Live. Huge Kraken win in the shootout. What a game. I mean, this is one that must have been amazing for those who were in the building. And I'm so glad that Dylan got to be there for that. He's going to join us after media in a little bit. So he's going to call in. We're going to have him here, giving impressions from the media. But for now, it is just me. It's RJ. How's everyone doing? Pretty good, huh? All right, I see there's a lot of excitement in the chat. Let's go. Yeah, I see Joshua, Maddie, Michael. Maddie Beniers is a cheat code. Yeah, sure feels like that. I mean, he is a heck of a player. I'm so glad the crowd at Climate Pledge Arena got to see that for the first time tonight. Striatic, just a bunch of exclamation marks. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling at the moment. Brian with the what's up. Yeah, I mean, just what an incredible game. Maddie Beniers. And it's not just the goal, too. I mean, it's the hustle at both ends of the ice, the 200-foot game. He just works so hard. The confidence, the creativity and the confidence. I mean, the fact going between his legs in overtime like that, juggling the puck up around the defender, you can tell he is really feeling it right now. And it's just so great to see because the Kraken really have never had a player like this in their history. So I can see we're all enjoying that. Yeah, so you've got Tom. Think this Beniers kid has earned himself a spot in the lineup? Yeah, I'd say so. And beyond that, I think he's earned a lot of Coach Hackstall's trust, too. You see Hackstall putting him in big situations, too. Like on the power play there, in overtime, 3-on-3. He was the first player off the bench, for those changes. They brought him right back on for the power play in overtime. You can tell that Hackstall really trusts him, and he's got great things to say about him, too. So, it's one thing as a rookie to, have that skill, have that ability. It's another to earn your coach's trust this early on, and Beniers has absolutely done that. Let's see, Cochon KG, Maddie Beniers, that's it. That's the summary. Yeah, this was Maddie Beniers' game, and it was just great to see. Let's see, Gregory, Beniers is the man, baby. He sure is. I love the Beniers hype. Let's go. Lindsay, oh my God, I am so hyped. Me too. Medeiros, I'm here for a win. Yes, great to have you here for a win, Medeiros. It's rare, but it's the best thing. Absurdly Sane, woohoo, and how are you feeling? Thanks for asking, Absurdly Sane. I am feeling a lot better today. That game sure helped. That I feel like I'm kind of riding this adrenaline high from watching that game. But seriously, I'm feeling a lot better today. I feel like I really kind of turned a corner here, and hopefully that continues to be the case. And I think I'll be cleared to return to everything at the end of the Minnesota-Dallas road trip. So that's when I'll be able to come back and do some of the in-person coverage. But in the meantime, as we saw today, Dylan, has us all in very good hands. So looking forward to hearing from him a little bit later. Hunter, best thing to happen all year. It really is. I mean, you look at the highlights of everything, and I was thinking to myself too, like, is this the best Kraken game to have been at all season? And I think the answer is yes. The excitement in the building, the hope, all of that, it's kind of unmatched. Certainly anything we've seen in the last few months. Daniel, oh boy, I just lost a bunch of chat. Hang on a second. Daniel, it's so awesome to see Maddie get the first goal, but sadly I wasn't able to access the game. Thanks a lot, Root Sports. Yeah, it can be difficult. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Striatic, Maddie was feeling it by the end, juggling pucks around defenders, trying between the leg shots. None of it worked, but I don't care. Love the swagger. Exactly, and I kind of mentioned that a little bit earlier too. I love that. He's so confident, and it's going to show us a lot of exciting things too over the course of the rest of the season and beyond. Lindsay, the cojones on this kid to try a between the legs game winner. We're going to be having fun for years to come, huh? Yes, absolutely. Definitely going to be having fun for a long time. Um, he's just so confident. I love to see it. Medeiros, hope you're feeling well, RJ. Thank you, Medeiros. Yep, I'm doing great. Feeling good, recovering well. Michael, Maddie Beniers somehow got even faster since Tuesday. He did look a little bit faster too. I mean, he's got really great underrated, skating ability. I mean, his stride is just so clean and efficient. It's kind of, it's as effective like, say a Brandon Tanev, but it's the opposite stylistically. Tanev, he's always doing this. He's hustling. You can tell how fast he's going. Beniers, it's just so subtle, but it's really effective. He's super fast. Joshua, how you feeling, RJ? Doing great. Let's see. Cochon KG, hope is back on the menu, boys. Exactly. Michael, also hope you're feeling better, RJ. Thank you, everyone, for all the well wishes there. Let's see. Stratic, was Ty in the building? Did it take Dylan getting the press pass to get Ty a win to witness? Yes, actually, Ty was in the building. Tank Commander Ty, no more. The Kraken get their first win. I believe that's 1-16 for Ty now. So good for him, finally getting to see a win. And yeah, I guess all it took was Dylan getting the press pass. We'll keep that in mind. But happy for Ty, happy for Dylan. Glad it worked out there. Medeiros, Maddie has such good defensive IQ. I noticed it last game. Absolutely. And that's the primary part of his game too, is all the stuff he does defensively. I mean, the offensive play is really just a bonus almost. You can tell he's so defensively minded everywhere he sets up, always making sure to stay high in the offensive zone, and he'll go really low in the defensive zone. He just kind of prioritizes the defensive side of the puck. So let's see, just making sure. I saw a text from Dylan. Okay. Yep, so he's not ready yet, but I had to check that. Okay, let's see. Nathan, what a dangle by Donato, but also Maddie. Yes, the dangle by Donato in the shootout. I mean, he is a shootout specialist. We know he can do this. We know he's got this kind of talent. It's incredible what he can do just kind of in that one-on-one situation, and so smooth. That was gorgeous to watch. Tyler, I'm happy to see New Jersey get a point as well tonight. Keeps up closer to the first pick. Tonight was a win-win. Exactly. Yeah, you give a point to New Jersey as well. That helps you, kind of in the draft lottery race there. Don't have to worry as much about catching them, which is nice. And you still get the win. That's what's important. Let's see. Brian, number 10 is 200 feet of holy mackerel. That's what hockey is today. Absolutely. I mean, that's what wins Stanley Cups too, is having those kinds of centers that can play 200-foot game and can still be that good offensively. I mean, it's just really impressive stuff. And that's what gets you wins and at important times of the seasons too. Like you're going to see that when the Kraken are more competitive, when they're in the playoff race, when they get to the playoffs, that 200-foot play is going to go a long way. Hunter, new nickname for Beniers, Daddy Maddie. Interesting. Oh man, that's a possibility. All right, Lindsay, seeing his whole family there, all excited for him, especially his mom, made me so emotional. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his family's reaction, it doesn't get better than that. Like that's some of the best stuff you could see when the family gets so excited for a player like that. And I think someone, maybe it was Stratic, commented on Twitter, I want Beniers' family reaction cam like every game. Yeah, me too. It was just great to see them in the building. Glad they could finally get there. Unfortunately, they weren't able to be there in Calgary because of a missed flight connection, but I think they're pretty happy to be here for this one. Scott, Maddie MD, the doctor is in. There we go. Yeah, because he's a med student too, so there you go. You work it together. I know Dylan and I have been trying to come up with nicknames, with kind of different things like that. So appreciate all the creativity from everyone. Yeah, the doctor tie-in is a good one too. Stratic, make Seattle Ryan Donato's forever home. What a sick shootout goal. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta re-sign him, but I'm confident that they will. Let's see. Nathan, glad to hear you're feeling better, RJ. Thank you, Nathan. Yep, doing good. Eric, Seuss and Borg with those snipes though. Same play, same shot, beautiful from the D. Absolutely. And we've seen this the last couple games too. The defensemen have activated really well. They've done an awesome job getting involved in the play, jumping up in the play. We saw that from Susie and Borgen tonight, and it just makes the Kraken so dangerous offensively. Okay, so it's come to my attention that my camera's kind of flickering a little bit here. I'm going to try and let's see if we can make that better here. Give me 1 second. Apologies if it goes off here. All right. Cool. I think I just messed up the stream. Cool. Thanks. All right. This is great. Wait. Oh, wait. It's you can hear it? I thought I muted my mic. Okay, cool. Okay, apparently I didn't. Hi, everyone. All right, can everyone see me? Is my video moving? I don't think it is. All right, let's see. All right, can everyone hear me now? Okay, we good? Am I back? Chat working? Okay, great. Good. Thank you, chat. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Working with a new setup here, with Dylan being at the game and me here. Tested it yesterday, worked just fine. Of course, we get a little technical difficulties this time. All right, but we're back. Still excited about that game and Maddie Beniers. Let's go catch up in chat here. Lindsay, go back and roll the tape from Tuesday's post-game where I manifested Beniers' goal in this game in front of his family. You're welcome, Kraken Nation. Yeah, definitely. I think there are a lot of us that were really hoping for a goal there, and you know, Lindsay, you definitely saw it coming. It was really kind of this fairy tale result, right? You know, we all saw that as like the perfect result, and it happened. It feels like this kind of magic the Kraken haven't really had all season, and Beniers just brings that extra element. It's great to see. All right, where are we? Brandon, that might have been the game of the year right there. Beniers' goal in his first home game, and they win in an OT shootout. Yeah, as I said, like I think this might have been the game. If you were going to go to one all season, either the home opener or this one, and you know the home opener, you know, being a loss too, it's probably this one. I think it's not unfair to call that game of the year. Just a great game, and excited to hear from Dylan what the experience was like in the building too. X-Kid Z, glad to see you're well enough to do the show, RJ. Does this mean we'll have Dylan loading later? We will have Dylan joining us. He's going to be calling just on the phone. We will have him, I think we're going to try to have him join on video for the future games, for these next two. We'll see, and if so, I will make sure to have a Dylan loading screen, so get excited for that potentially. Nathan, was today's game blacked out on ESPN Plus, even though it wasn't en route? I think it was blacked out on ESPN Plus, but I'm not entirely sure. Scott, yes, you did, Lindsay. Well done, and thanks. Stratic, I feel like Donnie and Gru were not going to let the Beniers fam go home on a sour note. Gru in particular, so confident and determined in the shootout. Absolutely. I mean, Grubauer so confident in this game. And yes, I know he gave up 3 goals, but you look at those goals, they were not on him whatsoever. The confidence there was fantastic. And, stepping up big in the shootout too, making those saves, shutting it down. So, the goal's all you need. Nathan, I'm out of market, so I don't know. Let's see. Lindsay, in an alternate timeline, you and I would be at this game in person, RJ. Glad it worked out and Dylan was able to experience that game. He deserved this one. Yeah, that's true, I suppose. In that alternate timeline, Dylan doesn't get to be at the game. He doesn't get the press pass for this one. So I'm just happy for Dylan. I'm sure he enjoyed it. And just really glad he got to see that in person. Michael, Donato shootout goal was filthy. Yes, it sure was. Joshua, loved Maddie checking dudes into the bench. Let's go. Yeah, that was another thing too. You talk about the confidence to go and make that check by the bench to finish your check. I mean, that's one where if he skates away from it, no one thinks twice about it. But he went, finished his check, made his presence known. I just love everything that I'm seeing from Maddie right now. Koshan KG, Nathan, the game was en route. Okay, let's see. And then everyone talked about the video freezing, and then Ty in the chat. It happened. Tank Commander no more. So happy for you, Ty. So happy. And I can see other people in the chat here all happy for you too. Nathan, nickname for Beniers, the real Matty Ice. Yeah, take that from Matt Ryan. Come on. I mean, Beniers has already done more in his career. Right? We know this. Joshua, I know the refs are going to swallow the whistles late in the third and during OT, but that darn near turned into rugby on ice at times. Yeah, they really did swallow the whistles, and I think the players knew that and behaved accordingly. They were not going to call much. You saw, I think, the cross-check on Beniers, the first one in overtime. They went ahead and called the second one. You kind of had to, given where he was on the ice. But, the refs definitely put the whistles away. Everyone congratulating Ty on the first Kraken win. Greg C, have to drive home, but man, that was so fun. Can't wait to listen to this on the way home, friends. Let's see. Yep, frozen, but you can hear me. Frozen, but you can hear me. All right, good. Yeah, Nathan. Matty Ice played so well he broke RJ's internet. Yeah. Yep. He's just breaking everything here. It's that good. Ty, Maddie and Dylan getting the press pass broke the curse. It's clearly that combination. We just got to keep that going. It'll go 82-0. Dylan gets the press pass every game. Ty goes to every game. Just turn that Tank Commander thing right on its head. It'll be great. All right, everyone. Yes, back to what it was working again. Yes, Striatic, OMG, Oilers, Preds, Stars, Kings, keeping Vegas out of the playoffs. Yeah, good results for the anybody but Vegas train today. Yeah, there were some good games there. Vegas losing the Oilers. Yeah, Preds, Stars, and Kings coming up big. Love to see it. Still going to be a really tight race in the Western Conference. Going to be fun to follow. Reading ID, Borgen Freed, Ty Freed, RJ Freed. Love it. Yep. Free Will Borgen. Love to see it. I mean, he got everything into that shot too. So happy for him there, jumping into the play. Big goal for him too. I mean, his ice time had been reduced a little bit the last few games, and just good to see him contribute. I think he does well under this kind of new adjustment that Hackstall's made where the defensemen jump up into the play a bunch. That's one thing I identified with him early in the season when he wasn't playing, when he was kind of stapled to the press box, is that he was able to jump up into the play, activate a little bit more than some of the other defensemen that were on the roster at the time. And I think this adjustment really suits him well. Let's see, Hunter asking what Ty's goal differential is now. Yeah, I'm sure it's still pretty far in the negative, but we don't care. Let's see. Ty, I messaged Dylan. I was upset he was so far away. We need group celly time. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, Dylan all the way up there in the press box. Minus 49. Yeah, still always the negative, but that's fine. It's in the right direction. That's what matters. Audio is definitely not coming from the mic, by the way. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see what we can do. Yeah, Lindsay, Vegas trailing Dallas for a wild card spot by 4 points now. Mwahaha. Yes, hopefully that continues. We'll see how it goes. Um, Stratic, it's the Kings that really need to pull through, and I agree with that. I think the Kings are the team for Vegas to get in ahead of if they do get ahead of someone. That's the team to catch. Would be the Kings, so it's going to be up to them. Their schedule isn't too difficult going forward, but they're so banged up, I don't know that they can get it done. Ty, Big Lars, Deep V for the win. It works. It does. Yeah, loved seeing that Deep V from you, Ty. There. I mean, that's the way to go. Like, if you've got a shirt that you want to use it for, whether it's a Kraken shirt or I like Ty doing the ECH shirt. I think it looks great on there. Just cut it down to the V line, let it go. Adam Larson, it looks just like it. I put the two pictures side by side. Great way to go for the Deep V. Vince Dunn, cult leader, welcome to the chat. My friend group talked about who would be Maddie's big brother. After tonight, I'm positive it's Vince. Yeah, I mean, I one of the things that's been great to see since Maddie joined is that the players have really kind of taken him under their wing, which is excellent. Yanni Gord this morning too, working with him on face-offs, net front presence. Vince Dunn. I think everyone's kind of taking this as an opportunity to step up, be a leader, be a mentor. It's just so good for them to do that, and love to see that from Vince Dunn. Love to see that from Yanni Gord, and love to see that from Maddie Beniers too. I mean, he talked about the importance of being a quote unquote sponge, soaking up the information, doing everything he needs to do there to learn and to grow in the league. Let's see. Lindsay, both Leafs and Kraken had epic overtime shootout wins. Vegas' playoff odds went down. I'm like 85% recovered from COVID with only lingering congestion. Can leave quarantine on Monday. Today was a good day. Yes, it certainly was a good day. Stratic, I feel like with the arrival of Maddie and the breaking of the tie curse, we enter a new era of Kraken hockey. Absolutely. It sure feels like that. I think, the tie curse is just evidence. It shows you, how the new Maddie Beniers era, is going to go. Things just feel better now, even, with the loss in Calgary. It's got a different feel to it. It really does. There's a lot more hope there. There's a lot more excitement there. And I think we're just going to kind of ride this wave through the rest of the season and into next. Let's see. Stratic reminding everyone to like the stream. Yep, absolutely go like the stream. Yeah, we got 41 people in here, only 21 likes. We can do better than that. Certainly after a game like the one that just happened. So everyone go like the stream. Ty, imagine now someone who can play with Maddie on his level. Yes, and I think the Kraken are going to be committed to getting someone like that. This offseason, whether it is a Philip Forsberg, whether it's a Johnny Gaudreau, or hey, whether it's, maybe a Shane Wright or drafting, like a Logan Cooley, someone in the top 5 of the draft, they're going to have another high pick. You're going to get, skilled players that can play on that level with Maddie Beniers, and it's going to be magic to watch. So that is a really good point bringing that up. Great idea, but would Vince take Maddie to Best Buy? Yeah, I saw a couple Kraken players at the Best Buy the other day. That's a good test there. Ty, it's a new era. The future is bright. Absolutely, it is. Vince Dunn, cult leader. Vince defended him when things got spicy and made sure to get his first goal puck. Ooh, that's good. I didn't spot that. Okay, because I saw someone made sure to go and get the first goal puck. Did not notice it was Vince. Great for him. I mean, that's a heads-up leadership thing to do. I mean, someone's got to have the presence of mind there to go and get that puck, and good to see that he did it. Let's see. Hunter, imagine Shane Wright with Beniers. Oh, my. Yeah, that would be incredibly exciting. I know we're going to be all just locked in to the draft lottery this year, because that would be just an excellent setup, for the next decade plus. Ty, the feeling right now, I'm at a loss. It happened. I know you probably feel like you're just dreaming at this point. Have to make sure it's real. I can tell you it is in fact real, Ty. You're not just gonna wake up from this one. The Kraken actually won while you were in attendance. I promise. Lindsay, the clip of Jared McCann hugging Maddie Beniers to celebrate his first goal made me realize that this is the future of Kraken hockey. Absolutely. And Jared McCann, of course, a big part of that too. Signing the 5-year extension with the Kraken. He's in long term. He's ready to go. Beniers is in long term. He's ready to go. I mean, this is the future of Kraken hockey. And you could tell it just in both of their faces how excited they are for it, because you can see it now. And I think the players can kind of feel now where this thing can go and what's possible right now. Let's see, Stratic. Yanni mentoring Maddie made me feel that Yanni is captain material, at least until Maddie is ready to assume the mantle. Yeah, and we posted that tweet. Dylan got that great picture and noticed that in morning skate that Yanni kind of stayed behind afterward to work with Maddie on some face-offs, on some net front positioning, really go in and mentor him. And it shows the kind of leader that Yanni is. And, he's a leader. He's a veteran, and he's eager to help out his teammates like that. He senses an opportunity there, and it shows what a great leader he is. And that's the kinds of things that captains do. And he's certainly got to be in contention for the C. When time comes for training camp next season. I think they're going to go into it with kind of an open competition almost for the captaincy, and they're going to let the players decide. And I tell you, players remember that sort of thing when you're voting for a captain. They will remember that. So definitely something to remember when the next training camp comes around. All right, see, hey, we got a super chat from Brian. Thank you, Brian. Maddie is great. Donato is about to get paid. RJ is closer to better. Ty is no longer a loser. Well, kidding. Love you, friend. Ron Francis and Hack will lead us forward. Thank you, ECH, for all that you do. Get well, RJ. Thank you so much, Brian. Agreed on all the points, Maddie Beniers, just awesome. Donato, they've got to keep him around. It's going to happen. Happy for Ty. And yeah, I mean, Ron Francis, hey, they've drafted well, it looks like. I'm excited what he's going to build in the offseason. And, Hackstall, give him a full offseason, give him a training camp, and let's see what he can do. Thank you so much for the super chat, Brian. Glad to have you here in chat. What a game. Just feeling great right now. All right, let's see. Vince Dunn, cult leader. I love how they're embracing him and taking them under his wing. Absolutely. They've really stepped up and kind of taken that as an opportunity. Love to see that. Ty, want to know in the Maddie era? Yes. Want to know at home in the Maddie era. Lindsay, my thoughts exactly when I saw those pics of Yanni staying late to mentor Maddie. Captain behavior. It really is the kind of stuff that captains do. Great to see. Medeiros, we really are a pet rescue. So many players who struggled elsewhere shining up for us, for sure. I love that. I love that term, the pet rescue. That really does match the feel of the team, and also just how the fan base is too. I love that the fans embrace all these new players that come in, kind of taking them, under all of our collective wing too. It's great. Kitty be Kraken, the Beniers effect. It sure is active. I mean, there has been a Beniers effect these last couple games. You can see the excitement. It's in the air. You can feel it. Yeah, Pet Valentina talking about pet rescue. Love that. That is awesome. I'm going to keep that in mind. Pet rescue. Let's see. Stratic. So speaking of the Devils, any chance the Kraken take a swing at UFA PK Subban? Maybe on a short contract? I was too transfixed on Maddie to notice PK much tonight. Yeah, I mean, PK is definitely not the player he once was on the ice. That's for sure. You look at certainly the advanced numbers have fallen way off. Those would tell you that he's a liability on the ice. And watching him tonight, I wasn't particularly impressed. He can still be a serviceable third pairing defender, but maybe someone who's kind of flirting with healthy scratch territory at times. That said, I think off the ice, and if you put him into the right role on the ice, PK could be a really good fit in Seattle. I think he is just fantastic for any market that he goes into. Love the personality, just love everything he brings. I mean, very charitable person, obviously too. Just a great human being, and a great fit for any market in that regard. And the Kraken do need a right-handed defenseman, kind of be a power play quarterback. We've talked about that is a need for them in the offseason. If you don't feel like spending all the money for a John Klingberg, which, by the way, I don't think they should, if you want to go for a more budget version, maybe PK Subban is one you take a chance on. Depends what the number is, but I think it is something to look at. Let's see. Lindsay, what do you think about going after Ilya Mikheyev in free agency? He's a UFA this summer, has wicked speed, and now that he's recovered from a nasty wrist injury from a skate blade, his hands are silky. Yeah, I like what I've seen from Mikheyev actually this season on the Leafs. I wonder what that contract would have to be. I worry that I haven't seen, let's see, what has he been shooting? It seems like a lot. He's been shooting very high percentage-wise, I think, this season, if I recall correctly. But where I like him as a fit also is on the penalty kill. If I remember right, he's been very dangerous on the penalty kill, and especially playing aggressively like that. I think he'd fit really well with the Kraken system there. So Mikheyev could be another name to watch. Let's see, Wendy, it took a village, but we got a win for Ty. It sure did. It sure did, but happy to have that win for Ty. Let's see, Kraken Spectator, the win is cool and all, but how you doing, RJ? Thanks for asking. I'm doing great. That win gave me so much energy. I'm just so happy to hang out with all of you too. I was looking forward to this all day today. It's been great motivation to kind of make sure I'm taking good care of myself and being ready, of course, for post game, because I've just been looking forward to it all day. Ty, we did it, Wendy. Yep. Elias, what a game. Was it CPA for the first night, and it was electric. Kraken win, baby. Oh, yeah, I'm sure the atmosphere was fantastic. Just to be in the building. It sounded so loud on TV, and all the tweets sure made it sound that way. Let's see, Lindsay, Mikheyev also asked Toronto for a trade last year, but Dubas said no. Would love to see him in a Kraken uniform if he doesn't re-sign with Toronto. Yeah, agreed, and I think Dubas knows what he's doing. You don't want to let Mikheyev get away, but cap-wise, they might have to make some tough decisions. Let's see, we got past Super Chat. Oh, Valentina, do we want Subban? He has a bit of a dirty reputation. Yeah, over the last couple years, he's had some slew-footing problems. He has had some plays that I will say are pretty dirty. So you'd like him to clean that up. Hopefully he'd be able to. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there is a little bit of that. Let's see. Scott, yesterday she could have cared less about hockey. Tonight my wife is online trying to order a number 10 jersey. Thank you, Maddie. You are my hero. That is awesome. Getting your wife into it, excited. That's great. And I know that Maddie is going to get a lot of people in the Seattle area excited for hockey. Again, the Kraken, have a ton of fans already, but I think there's still a long way they can go in this market too. And having the kind of excitement caused by a player like Maddie Beniers is going to go a long way in bringing new fans on board too. So just more reasons to be excited for the future. Let's see, Wendy, nice meeting you, Ty. Thanks for the stadium tour. Oh, that's cool. Members of the ECH community meeting up. Let's see, Lindsay, Eberle has taken it up a notch these last couple games playing with Beniers. I'd love to see his intensity back instead of just going through the motions like he was just a few weeks ago. Now, that's a really good observation, Lindsay. And I thought about that too. I think it was in the first period. There was a play where the puck got turned over really quick, and I think it was Eberle who turned it over, but just a standard mistake. But and then he rushed back really quickly and just harassed the puck carrier all the way back, took the puck off of him. I mean, that's the kind of hustle, the kind of energy, and particularly on the back check, that we probably wouldn't have seen the last maybe 15, 20 games. But call it the Beniers effect. I think he's energized again. I think Eberle is motivated, and you can see what he's capable of when he is. It's not that he just can't back check like that. He's capable of it. And when he does it, he can be a really effective player at both sides of the ice. And I think we saw that tonight. Let's see, Ty, Maddie goal is by far the loudest I've ever heard. It was magical. Oh yeah, I'm sure the roof got blown off the building. Wendy pointing out, woohoo, ECH dance party. That's right. We do have the dance party. We don't have the confetti and everything because I am not as technologically proficient as Dylan, but imagine it there. We got the dance party. Let's go. Um, Ty, full moon, add that to what broke the curse. Yeah, throw stuff on top of it. Full moon, Dylan in attendance, with the press pass, Ty there, just pile it on. Everything aligned today. Sure felt like that. Lindsey Mikheyev tied for second in shorthanded goals this season. Speed super apparent on breakaways, and now as the hands finally caught up to his feet, he's dangerous. Yeah, absolutely. Reading ID, hope you're feeling better, RJ and Lindsay. Yep, feeling great. Thank you, Reading ID. Let's see. Vince Dunn, cult leader. My little brothers are Michigan fans like our dad. They're asking me about the Kraken now because of Maddie, all the way from Ohio. Love to see it. I mean, it's amazing the excitement, around the country, even around the league, everywhere that a player like Maddie Beniers can generate. It's something where you're going to see like national coverage too, of just some of the things that he does. And I'm sure we've only seen the tip of the iceberg as far as what he's capable of. Ty, the arena filled in great tonight. 45K at T-Mobile Arena. Who knows how many at Lumen, and we filled the house at CPA. That's true. I mean, it was a big Seattle sports night. I think, there were three, professional games going on within 3 miles of each other. That's a lot to kind of spread people out. Great to hear that the attendance was really good at the Kraken game. And it shows the excitement. I think a lot of people wanted to be there for Maddie Beniers' first game. I forgot to check ticket prices this morning because I saw after Beniers signed, the prices for tickets for this game went up, within that first day by about $15 to $20, for the cheapest tickets. So you could tell there was definitely excitement there. The market showed that, and glad to see that they showed up too. Let's see. Glad to hear Reading ID didn't get anything there. Reading ID, have we gotten a chance to hype up OT Maddie yet? I'm sure a lot of us were excited to see that OT energy he had at the Olympics here in Seattle, and he definitely did not disappoint. Agreed, and I was thinking that as soon as the game went to overtime, remembering another overtime that Maddie had, this time at the Olympics. He was really impressive in that it was a quarterfinal game in overtime. They didn't come out of it with a win, but he looked fantastic. I was really hoping that Hackstall would give him a shot in overtime, and Hackstall didn't disappoint. I will say, he put him out there, first one off the bench, gave him that opportunity, and Beniers rewarded him for sure, drawing a penalty and getting that power play time. Ty, so 100 level, by far the best for watching a game. You can see everything build and break down and hear more chirps somehow. Lower bowl is cool, but I need to see the game develop, lol. Absolutely. I do like sitting up kind of high up enough that I can see the game develop, see all the plays come into being, and certainly, having now almost a whole season watching from the press bridge, it really is nice to kind of have that height, have that perspective, see everything forming, and it really does make you a smarter hockey spectator, getting to see it from that angle. It is really cool watching down low on the glass, all that stuff, something every fan should do at least once if they can. But yeah, it is nice, on a more regular basis to be up higher, I think. Let's see, Stratic. Seeing the Flames beat Arizona 9-1. They didn't beat Team Maddie by that much. I feel like the Kraken are bad, but not as bad as their record, whereas Arizona might be worse. Yeah, Arizona's had a rough go of it lately. Since Clayton Keller's been out, it's been rough. Hang on one sec. Excuse me there. Yeah, not everything fully gone there. Got to make sure to hydrate. Just reminded me not to feel too powerful or fully healed yet. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry about that, everyone. Z Butler 206. I looked this morning, could get in the barn for 75, 150 for club. Yeah, it probably came down a little bit today. Tends to do that day of. Hang on a sec. Yeah. Okay. Giving me a reality check here. Sorry, I hope this doesn't look too dramatic. Okay. Just gonna breathe for a second. Thanks for bearing with me, everyone. All right. I think we're good. Okay. Ty, Hack did OT in the shooty right. Mind blown. Yeah, I mean, he made the right calls there. You know, it's not this crazy mind blown thing that he got that right necessarily. You know, I think, it shouldn't be too hard to get that right. Cat, I did get it, but not feeling too bad. Thanking Moderna and my preschool job for boosting my immune system. Yeah, that's true. That helps. Sorry. Scott, how about this RJ dude going solo tonight? You are rocking it, my man. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Aaron, what a game tonight. Got to take the positives when the season as a whole has been rough. Going to be a great ride to see this team grow. Absolutely. Yeah, things are only going to get better from here on out. Sorry, hang on one sec. Okay, thanks everyone for bearing with me here. I'm just sorry, I'm doing the best I can. Really looking forward to Dylan getting on the phone, maybe taking a little bit of this off me. But I guess the fact that it's taken so long with the media, that's got to be a good sign after a game like this, obviously. Probably some celebrations in the locker room, some fun stuff going on. But definitely looking forward to what Dylan has to say. Oh, yeah. Kat, you're hearing RJ's graphics guy coughing. Yeah, the graphics guy has been under the weather a little bit there. Yeah, that's it's been interesting in the apartment recently. Water RJ, lots of talking. Yeah, everyone reminding me to hydrate. That's an important reminder. Lindsay, so sorry, RJ. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'm chugging along. Aaron, RJ showing MVP level dedication to the stream tonight. Oh, I've been given a spoonful of honey. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, that should coat my throat a little bit, hopefully. I got the best people around me. This is awesome. Okay. Let's see. Could it be Kraken? Dylan to the rescue. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I'm just eager to hear, his whole experience being in the building. I mean, is this what you guys and Dylan feel like when after a great game, you're waiting for me to come on? I can't imagine you'd be, this eager to listen to me, but maybe this is how it feels. That's cool. Ty, we can wait for Dylan. Relax, bro. Let's enjoy the moment. ECH family. Thank you. All right, I think that honey is helping. Cameron, next season with Maddie and our top 5 pick is going to be a blast, and for you guys, probably more fun to cover. I mean, hey, this season has been very fun to cover. I love, every single game, going to everything. But yeah, it is going to be a blast, and just having that kind of hope, that kind of excitement, and that kind of skill, it's going to be so fun. I am looking forward to it. Valentina, I've sat all over the arena, and the hundreds are truly the best. The guy that I usually go with had season tickets on the ice of the T-Birds for years. He said that he has learned so much more from the hundreds. Absolutely. Like, that's what you got to go with. RJ, go take a tablespoon of honey. Oh, cool. Okay, Valentina had... So I'm probably back in chat there. Gave him the idea. Awesome. Lindsay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Lindsay. Brian, Donskoy is scratched. Did we miss him? Unfortunately, I don't think so. We talked about how he had kind of been playing his way into healthy scratch territory. Hackstall pulled the trigger on it this game. I thought it was a wise move, especially bringing Sprong back. You saw how dangerous Sprong looked in this game. I thought he was excellent. He played the kind of game that you want to get from Daniel Sprong. And he even earned a shift in overtime, too. I think that speaks volumes about what Dave Hackstall, thought of his game tonight. The fact that he put him out there in overtime. He just looked dangerous offensively and clearly kind of took the scratch to heart and wanted to make the most of his opportunity coming back. So I think great effort from Daniel Sprong. And yeah, I don't think they missed Donskoy. I would keep Donskoy out, keep Sprong in. Reading ID sounds like we need to let RJ rest his voice. Someone make this man some tea and honey. Well, I got the honey here. Grab another little bit of it. All good, all good. I can power through. This is this is hockey. This is what you do. Um, Hunter, take a 5-minute break. Yeah, I don't know how far back this is. This is probably when I was like at my worst there, just hopping off the camera. But um, Gregory Beniers just said that Dinner gave him the nod. Gave him the nod. He was going to shoot, so he crashed the net, and the puck popped out to him. Oh, okay. So yeah, give him the nod. He was going to shoot. So okay. Oh, Dunner. Yeah, Vince Dunn. So exactly. Yeah, crashed the net, and it's great instincts like that. And communication too. It's so important too, especially for a younger player like that isn't used to playing. This is his second game ever with him. Sometimes you need to kind of just say that and let the guy know where you're going with it. It's awesome. Yeah, Lindsay pointing out, not one bit. Sorry, Donnie. Yeah, agreed. Barbara, good morning. Happy Easter. I hope you feel better soon, RJ. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, happy Easter to you. And I guess not anyone on the Eastern time zone, too. Yeah, good morning. Great game. Glad you got to enjoy it. Oh, cool. We're getting a call from Dylan. Let's go. All right. So, hey, Dylan.
Hey.
All right.
How's it going?
Good. Okay, hang on. Chat, help us out here. Can you hear Dylan? Say something, Dylan.
Say something, Dylan.
Cool, that's a good thing to say. All right, so chat's going to let me know if they can hear you.
Awesome.
So
I
it's
apologize for being so long.
Yeah, what happened? Did it take a while?
Yeah, it took a while. Had Susie right away. The problem was they had the band still playing, and
Oh,
so
man.
all of us up on the press bridge couldn't get really questions in because our mics were all just picking up.
Yeah, that was a problem last time they went to the Zoom media availabilities. I remember that, and every question started with, like, "Hi Carson, sorry you can barely hear me, but they've got music here, and there's nothing I can do about this." So glad to see that that's still an issue. So
Yeah, so we dealt with that. It was funny too because like every time the mic would come in, it would just like blare, and you would like.
yeah. So okay, good. They can hear you. They can hear you loud and clear. Okay, good.
Awesome.
So Dylan, let's just start. How was it being in the building for that game? I mean, tell me what the experience was like.
I mean, look, I haven't been to all of them or anything, but I have to imagine that was, arguably the best game that has been played at Climate Pledge Arena so far. Right?
That was certainly my thought. Watching from here.
Like the building was electric, almost from start to finish. I mean, it never died down. Maybe a little bit when, Devils get on the board first, but it was just incredible from start to finish.
That's awesome.
It was it was just one of those nights where you knew things were all going to work out, right? He was going to get his first. You could just feel it, the way he was playing, coming back from the leg injury and everything. And then, even late in the game, you could just kind of feel like, all right, they're going to find a way to get this one done.
Yeah, it certainly felt like it had that, just magic quality that's been missing from the Kraken, for so much of this season, right? You just feel like, they're going to find a way to not get this one done,
Yeah.
And it just turned that on its head tonight. Okay, so let's see. What did the players have to say? Who did we get for media availability? What did Hackstall have to say? Any memorable quotes there?
All right, so we got Susie first, and like I said, it was just kind of almost filler, to be honest. And then we got Hackstall, actually, because Beniers was doing post-game interviews for, I believe, NHL Network and Root. And so he was, down on the ice and whatever for that. Get Hackstall next, and, just talked about how solid Maddie is in all facets of his game and how great he is and how, he earned the opportunities in overtime and he earned the opportunity for the shootout. Kind of, he did the standard coach thing, right? He's not going to let the 19-year-old get a big head about anything, but at the same time, we all saw that game. We've all seen Beniers now play 2 NHL games for this team, and it's pretty obvious he not only belongs. I mean, it's pretty obvious he deserves to get a lion's share of ice time at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think he's established himself there for sure. Hunter pointing out Dylan sounding like he ran a mile. Lol.
If I really have that out of breath, I am walking.
Yeah, and then Ty mentioned that's how all of us sound after tonight. So
it was a lot. I was rushing to get out of there because I knew media was running long.
Right.
So I was really rushing to get out of the building and everything. But yeah, no, it was an awesome game to be at. Like I said, the crowd just felt it and was in it the whole time, especially towards the end of the third period through overtime into the shootout. Nobody was sitting down. Everybody knew what was going on, and like I said earlier, we all knew it was going to end this way. You know, the Kraken were going to get a win. Like I said earlier, you could just feel that Beniers was going to score. Like, it was never like a doubt in my mind. It was really strange. You know?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things you get when you're in certain atmospheres. Just the energy, and you can kind of feel like, you know, the universe flowing through things, and it was just one of those kind of nights. And you know, so happy we could get that first win at CPA for Maddie, and happy to get the first win in person for Ty too.
Yes. No, I mean, we've had a ton of excitement for Ty in the chat. Everyone's so happy for him. You know, he's here. It's just great to see it. Everything aligned, and I think someone pointed out even it was a full moon tonight. Everything came together, you know, tonight, and you just got that feeling. And that's what sports is all about, right? You know, just those games where you feel like, you know, this is going to happen, and you believe, and it comes through.
Exactly. It was just a sweet night. I'm so happy I was there. Happy my parents got to be there too, as I finally get to the car with them.
That is awesome. Glad your parents got to make it out there too. You know, they're like parents, another second set of parents to me too. So it's, you know, great to see how excited you know, they are, I'm sure. And I think Wendy's been in chat here too. So turning back to chat, let's see. Ty, Maddie, Davy Jones hat has to be.
Has to be. Got the first star. I posted the salmon toss on my Twitter.
Oh, nice.
We can repost it from the ECH one in a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, that's great. Let's see, Valentina, we appreciate you hanging in there, RJ. Yeah, I had a bit of a coughing fit for a little bit, but
sorry,
all better now. Let's see.
Real quick, just because I haven't had the opportunity yet to gush about him.
Okay.
To get into specifics about Beniers, like,
yes,
I know a ton of people were like the comments from my mom, to bring them back into this. Comments from my mom that she was texting me during the game just about his hustle. It is incredible if you just watch him shift to shift when you're there in person, so you can really just follow him beyond what the camera is doing. He skates twice as much as everybody else because he is trying to be, you know, deepest guy into the offensive zone. He wants to be in front of the opposing netminder, and then he wants to be the furthest guy back in the defensive zone. He wants to be in front of his own netminder, and it's incredible just transitions both ways, how responsible he is and how take charge he is. He is instructing everybody on where they should be coming back on defense. There are times where maybe he was a little too conservative, but he was coming back and he was almost skating back, you know, faster than the defensemen were, just to make sure he was in a position to try to help and stop the opposing team. And then on offense, every time you could just see he was going to take the puck, he was going to gain entry to the zone, and you knew he was going to make a smart decision with it. He was either going to keep it or he was going to find somebody who was open. A lot of times he had that patience to wait and suck in defenders and then hit an empty, a wide open player. And so it's just, it's crazy watching him that he just kind of plays at this next level that we haven't really seen from a Kraken player yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Just in all facets of the game. I liked how you mentioned how he kind of sucks in players like that and then can make a pass to an open player too. He just generates so much for the people around him. And he's just a joy to watch. I went back after the last game and just kind of watched all of his shifts. That's got to be real fun tape to go back and just a supercut of just all of his shifts, because there's so many little things that he does well that is just a joy to watch.
Exactly. And then how about that shift in overtime?
Oh, incredible.
Okay, like because I was watching it. So he's back in the defensive zone, and he's really like working hard in the defensive zone. They're starting to come and break out of the out of the defensive zone. He's skating like he's going to head straight towards the Kraken bench.
Yes.
And his knees are getting straight, like he's going for a change, and then all of a sudden he just gets a drop pass with the puck.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, okay. And so he kind of skates around, and then he's just like, all right, I'm just going to go for it. And then he realizes, well, no one's really going with me, so I've got to go for it more. And then the next thing you know, he's juggling the puck. He's driving the net in, the way that you'd score all those cheesy, well, not you, but I would score all those cheesy NHL 2K10 goals where you just do that weird little swoop down below the goal line and then pop right back up through the crease. And he doesn't get the cheesy NHL 2K10 goal, but he draws the penalty all off a shift that he was just in his mind was over already. But he was just able to activate himself again, find it within himself to have that hustle, have that determination to make all that stuff happen. But that to me is just kind of like the perfect piece of film to describe him as a player.
For sure. And that's one of the things that I think gets lost with that overtime shift is that was the end of his shift. It was past what should have been the end of his shift. And he was still able to do that. Incredible. And of course, defense first, all that stuff, everything he does in the defensive zone to get tired too. Just awesome. Let's see. Getting back to chat. From Wendy, Dylan says he's waiting for Maddie. Yeah, waiting no more. Reading Heidi. RJ, I haven't used it for COVID, but as a singer, we all swear by throat coat tea. It's the best for rescuing your voice. Yeah, definitely gonna have that prepared for the next one. Ty, if Sprong could catch a pass, I know. Imagine the player he would be, Dylan.
I know. It's crazy. He looked so much better tonight, though. I know you had tweeted something about that, but the game off, the message was received well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Vince Dunn, cult leader. More proof Vince is in his Big Brother era. Yeah, Vince Dunn
collected the puck.
Yep, he collected the puck. Exactly. Yep.
Okay, he collected the puck, and when he tosses it to the bench, he tosses it high. It almost clears the glass behind the trainer.
Oh, no.
And goes into the crowd. The trainer has to jump so high to grab this thing and snag it, and he does, and he lands, and he just throws Dunn this look. And Dunn's back was to me, but I could just tell, like, you just knew based on his body language that he just had some sort of, like, sheepish grin, like, it wasn't gonna really go into the crowd, right?
Oh, yeah, you're just looking dramatic. Yeah, oh, that's awesome. That is so great. Maybe Dunner getting a little too excited there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That's great.
And what's crazy is I like almost missed the goal too.
Oh, really?
Because moments before that, you have a puck go up, and Alexiak had his hands. Well, he had his gloves kind of dangling over the boards, and the puck hits one of his gloves and knocks it into play.
Right.
And so I was doing a tweet about that, and then all of a sudden I hear the crowd just go, oh, and so I pick up, and then that's when I see like this puck sitting in a crease, and Beniers skated and just scored.
Wow, perfect timing.
Thankfully, the crowd, woke me up a little bit there.
That's great. All right, we got a super chat from Brian. Thank you, Brian. So Dylan confirmed there's a difference between a 200-foot guy and a 200-foot skater. Beniers just keeps going. Great work, fellas.
Yeah. I mean, he does. He never stops. It's always 110%. I mean, I feel like I'm repeating the scouting report I did almost a full calendar year ago about him, right? Like, these were the things that were his trademark. And we're seeing it now for the Kraken, and all credit to Ron Francis for recognizing that, hey, that's one of those skills you can't teach. And if he's got that kind of level of determination and grit out there, he's going to apply that to the things that he maybe doesn't do as well as some of these other guys at the top of the draft yet, shooting and scoring and all that kind of stuff. And and sure enough, he has. And so sometimes those intangibles are really the things you should be targeting when it comes to drafting players.
Yep. No, that's absolutely right. And he's come as advertised, and he sure can translate all of it to the NHL level. Stratic. Okay, so while Victor Rask true fan Dylan isn't here, oh, well, he's here now. RJ, what are your candid thoughts on this controversial player? Let's see.
Yes, RJ, what are your thoughts?
Here, I can mute myself. Here, I'm going to mute the phone call. All right, Dylan has no say in this. You can hear him, but he can't hear me, so I'm just going to tell you guys what I think. Okay, so Victor Rask, and I know Dylan's a big fan of Victor Rask, and he is capable of doing some really good things. I mean, you saw that pass over to Borgen. He had some good looks last game. I don't know that he puts it together as consistently as he needs to. I'm still at the point where I probably wouldn't re-sign him for next season, given who else you're going to add. But if he keeps this up as he has the last couple games, he could be worth. Yeah, I muted you, Dylan.
Well, he muted himself. For his candid thoughts before I got there about Victor Rask.
So anyway, I'm still not at the point where I would re-sign him, but I know Dylan might disagree with me.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, you're off of mute, Dylan. I gave my candid thoughts.
All right, I appreciate that I get to take this hour-long car ride back to the grandparents' house just to then have to go into the VOD and try to hunt those comments down.
I'll give you a timestamp, Dylan.
Thank you.
Yeah, the chat I think enjoys that I muted you, so there you go.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's all for them. Whatever makes them happy, I'm all for it.
Yep. All right, so Lindsay, Steve Dangle uses coconut oil to soothe his throat after all his screaming. That's a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one. Oh yeah, that's some heavy duty throat coating there that you need after Steve Dangle's screaming. Yeah, okay, coconut oil. I will keep that in mind. Scott, what a great night for the Kraken Nation. Takes away some of the sting of watching RJ pass away right before our eyes. Okay, I guess I was doing a little rough before you got here.
How do you look?
I'm okay now. I did have to step off camera for about 15 seconds. Yeah, it was.
Bud.
It's all right. No, I'm doing the adrenaline just like wore off for like a minute, and then as soon as it did, but it's come back. All right, let's see. Valentina, I love that Maddie got a star, but I think they screwed Grubauer. He literally won the game for us. He deserved at least the second star. What do you think, Dylan?
I agree with that. I don't know. Shootouts always throw things out of whack because, like, Beniers obviously deserved a star for everything he did in the first goal. He's getting one. McCann had an outstanding game throughout, all the primary assists and everything. And then it's just like, okay, we got to go with the guy who won the game technically, right? Like, how do you not? It's one of those things where I feel like if Grubauer lets in one less goal, he's there.
Yeah, if that's a 3-2 shootout win.
Yeah, even though I would argue, I don't know that any of these goals were his
No,
fault.
I mean, gosh,
he made some insane clutch saves to keep them in this game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes as a goalie, 3 goals is like the minimum. That's what you can do. It was just tough for him. I mean, look at the third goal, sprawling out all on the side. Like, no one's stopping that.
No.
Yep. So let's see. Reading ID. Dylan. Yeah, this is right after you came on the call. Dylan having a spiritual experience at CPA tonight.
Mm-hmm. It really was. It was crazy because I'm exhausted from the 2 days of driving, and then today has been a whole thing because we left the house at like 9 to drive into Seattle so I could be there for morning skate. And then we've just been kind of putzing around Seattle, killing time, doing stuff. Apparently getting a lucky Maddie Beniers jersey for my mom. We did that during today. She wore it to the game.
How about that?
I don't know that she'll ever take that thing off now. And so it's just been one of those days where it's just been kind of like go, go, go after 2 days of just, go, go, go. And so, yes, it was one of those things where as things were happening, and as I was saying, as you're kind of just feeling the energy and everything that's going on there, I was finally able to take a breath and relax and just enjoy an amazing moment.
Yeah, so happy for you. I mean, I'm really glad you got, especially after the last time you came up. It was a couple of pretty bad losses.
Yes.
Just really happy you got to enjoy that tonight, and that's just great.
My first Kraken win too. That's obviously nowhere close to Ty's, but it was so.
Oh, yep, that's true. That's a good point. And Ty mentioning he got to meet you tonight.
Yes, he did a great job giving my parents a tour of the stadium while I got all set up on the press bridge. Super awesome to meet you in person, Ty. Can't wait to do it again sometime.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, and just love this community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm certainly saying, pointing out, it's not the first time that Groovy's been passed over when he should have gotten to eat a fish. That's true, and I think that might be a general thing almost too, where goalies are generally less picked for 3 stars. Because they tend to get like, oh, goal scorer. And I think that just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
They only look if it's a low-scoring game.
Exactly, and it's just one of those things. Beniers did talk about throwing the fish, and he talked about how he was pretty tired and everything. Like he was just didn't want it to look like a bad toss.
Yep, that's awesome.
It was like, okay, a quick little wave, and then he tosses it over, and he was like, I was trying to toss it to a kid. I don't know, I was just trying not to embarrass myself. Is basically what he was going with.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see he was kind of just like, I don't really know what to do here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is your second NHL game. You've just got your first NHL goal. You're exhausted from this overtime shootout victory, right? And then it's like, here's this stuffed fish you have to throw to these crazy fans.
Yeah, you don't consider that going into the game. There's enough other things you're thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's great.
It was pretty funny to hear him talk about that.
That's great. I definitely have to go back and look at all the answers and everything. Let's see.
Yeah, he talked about the crowd. He talked about he's never experienced like a standing ovation like they gave him after he scored that goal. And you could see it on the bench. Like when they announced him in the starting lineup, when they talked about him at any point and the crowd would go crazy, the camera would pan to him and you could see like he wasn't always sure what to do with himself. Like when they first announced him and everything and the camera's on him, he doesn't know if he should stand up and kind of wave or not, like acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Do the old school like clubhouse, acknowledgement salute thing, right, from baseball, where they jog up, they tip the hat and whatever. And then after the goal, especially when they announce it and everybody goes crazy, and the camera just goes to him and he's on the jumbotrons. And you can just see he looked like he was gonna break. You know what I mean? Like he was just on the verge of breaking from the emotion. It was really, really awesome, and his family going nuts.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome, and so great for Maddie. And I mean, just I'm sure to take it all in, from his perspective too. It's going to be a night he's never going to forget. Yeah.
No, it's awesome. And wow, does his brother look exactly like him?
I know. It looked like Maddie was just in the crowd cheering for Maddie.
Totally. I'm like, okay, if they ever need to do any sort of like doppelganger thing, I've got tons and tons of ideas. If I ever get like the opportunity to pitch to the Kraken about like video series and things to do, they have to do something with this.
Oh, yeah.
They have to.
For sure. He looks just like him. Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, let's see. Back to chat. Hunter, I don't see Donskoy being on the roster next year. Yeah, there was some discussion on Donskoy, talking about, him scratched tonight, how the Kraken didn't really miss him. Yeah, and I mean, I figure you probably agree with that assessment.
Yeah, and I feel like the energy level from everybody was good. It was an up-tempo group. But as you and I have talked about, I don't know how you moved on Donskoy realistically.
Yeah, and Ty points that out. I don't see anyone taking his contract. So yeah, I think he will be on the roster next season because I don't know how they move him.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Going to the chat of Dylan. Dylan muted. Dylan muted. Okay. Let's see. Brian. Okay. Considering that Dylan is right, is Shane Wright even better than Beniers?
That's a tough one. If I can get away with it, if they'll let me get away with it, I'll say I don't want to comment on that until I check Wright's tape from the second half of the season. Right, I really was working with just through what he had done through December when I put together the scouting report, and everybody has acknowledged that he was just focused on defense. He wasn't really trying, he wasn't there. He was just kind of going through motions, and while he was still good and in a lot of ways the best player out there, he wasn't pushing himself. And then of course I make that scouting video. And in my mind, he was one of those 10 people to see it back in January. And he decides, okay, yeah, no, I've got to actually do this. People maybe are thinking somebody else can go first overall. And he's been on a crazy offensive tear the second half of the season. I just haven't had the chance to really see it for myself. So right now, I don't want to comment. But all I'll say for right now is Maddie Beniers is better. We're seeing him do this in the NHL. He's essentially 2 years older too, so he's way further along in his development. But otherwise, I mean, you're talking about two guys that are borderline superstars as far as the potential that they have. I don't know that one needs to be better than the other. They're both going to be difference makers in the NHL, just the way we're seeing Beniers be one now.
Yeah, good answer, and you heard the man. Gotta let the scout do his work, and he will definitely tell you his opinion once he's seen the tape. Even though Brian in the chat comment, Dylan, lame,
Yeah,
and then of course kidding, but
and again, who has 2 points in the NHL through 2 games?
Not Shane Wright.
Okay.
Despite what Montreal fans would have you believe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vince Dunn, cult leader. Shootout stats don't count towards stars, I think. The star selections are just Dylan, do you know who picks the stars? Is it local team media?
Yeah, it's supposedly local media, but I don't know that you or I have ever been asked about it.
Yeah, and I don't hear anyone else talking about picking stars. So supposedly local media, and it's just whatever the heck they want to consider. It doesn't have to follow any rhyme or reason.
Yeah, because we've seen guys come back from significant injuries and things, right, and be named first star just for their first game back, just because it's the feel good story. It wouldn't surprise me at all if this is like an American Idol type situation where the America votes on whoever, right? But that really only counts for a third of the decision making process, because then all the producers and everybody get involved. It would not surprise me if not necessarily the NHL, but maybe the home team at times gets involved and kind of is able to make those last minute, tiebreaker, or I think we should go this way for the fans that have, lasted through this game kind of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely that happened. Yeah, Vince Stone Cult Leader saying it's some third party not involved in the teams, I think. I got to look at that because I should know that for sure. I got to look into that. Let's see. Lindsay, so both the Mariners and Sounders lost today, but the Kraken won in dramatic fashion. We are the one true Seattle sports team tonight. In a sense, although you'd think the one true Seattle sports team would be like one of the teams that lost, no?
It might be, and I gotta look up the Seattle Cascades result, because apparently we have a professional ultimate frisbee team.
Oh,
Seattle
nice.
Cascades, and their game was what? Disc. Well, it's professional disc, yes, ultimate disc. But we were parked in a lot over by Seattle Center, right where the entrance to the arena stadium that they were playing in was. And I got to tell you, they got a decent amount of fans because Seattle just shows up for their teams.
That's
no matter
awesome.
Who they are. And so it was really cool to just kind of see this, pre-game atmosphere for this, professional ultimate frisbee, essentially, right? It's not something you ever thought you'd see. And so we got to look them up and see if they won tonight too.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Oh man, so many sports. I love it. Let's see, Ty, honestly getting bummed this season is coming to a wrap. What a fun community you have built. The most sincere thank you to RJ and Dylan. Love this crazy family you have built. Thank you. Ty, like it's all of you. Like this is so awesome. I mean, I'm just having a great night. I know Dylan is too. It's so great to be able to join all of you after all these games. Like I said, I'm looked forward to this all day. And hey, the regular season is coming to an end, but we've got you covered for the playoffs. We're gonna do our playoff watch parties. We're gonna have the Red Glare podcast out and open to everyone. We've got some fun playoff plans. This is certainly not coming to an end. At all. So I'm excited for the playoffs too.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun for that as well. But yes, something special is going to end when the Kraken season ends.
Yeah.
It's been such a fun ride with everybody, and love you too, Ty, and love everybody just involved. Like it's been so great. It feels like a relationship, right? Like we've all been going steady with each other now for 6 months, and we've been through all these ups and downs, just all these life experiences with each other, right? And we are at that point where we gotta admit it. We just all love each other. We can say it now. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely, love all of you. Let's see, Stratic, the Mariners got Verlandered, but the Devils got Grude. Okay, so Grubauer wasn't that good, but I agree he should have had a star. Shutting out the first 3 shooters in a shootout isn't easy. Definitely not easy. Shootouts are hard, especially as a goalie.
And those were some clutch saves too. Like they weren't like, oh, they just shot it into my chest or anything. You know what I mean? Like he had to make saves.
Yeah, he really did. Lindsay, that was your first time witnessing a Kraken win in person, Dylan? Wow, congrats. In that case, it was my plan all along to get RJ6 so you could attend tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Lindsay. Your master plan has worked.
Success. Stratic, Root Sports had one last shot of Beniers' mom after the game was over, where she was shaking her head like she couldn't even believe what she had witnessed was real. That is awesome.
Yeah, because how could you, really? Yep. Like, there's just, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I mean, this takes me back to like the Tomas Hertl, 4-goal game. I mean, obviously that performance wasn't exactly the same, but like having his girlfriend at the time, now wife, and then his mom there at that game, and they just had their hands on their heads, like they just couldn't believe what he was doing. And you definitely got the same sense from Beniers' parents and family today. I just love seeing that. There's nothing better.
Yeah, of course it took you back to Tomas Hertl's 4-goal game. Everything does.
Well, yeah, it doesn't take much.
Forget like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, like 2 degrees of a hockey, moment to RJ and a Tomas Hertl story.
Oh yes, oh yeah, we could play that game all day long. It's not hard. Let's see. Yeah, Valentina, it's definitely local media. I looked up earlier in the season. Okay, so we got to find out who this local media is and see how we can become them.
Yeah, I think while I'm up here, like our combined strength, we can probably take that from Darren.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. We could, yeah, we could take that away from Darren, no problem. Valentina, I'm not showing up for professional cricket. Angry emoji. Hunter, love me some cricket. All right, we got some disagreement in chat.
I mean, who doesn't want a sport that can end like 700 million to 8 trillion?
Yeah, and last days.
Exactly. Like it's great. Like we all love it when tennis does that, right? Like when the match just can't end and it just keeps going. Like we all get in on it. Like cricket has that happen all the time.
Yeah, just more of that. Stratic. So the big news tonight. New Women's Professional Hockey League teams in the U.S. and Canada. I want to know if Seattle gets a team so bad. Yeah, I mean that is big news. Certainly, in the hockey world today. I'm not holding my breath for a Seattle team, but it would be an awesome market, and I think it will happen one day.
Exactly, it's going to be one of those things where I think just given the state of all the leagues that have come before it and all the issues that they've run into, they're going to have to play it very conservative with where the teams are located. And they're probably going to have to keep them, again, maybe a little bunched up, and just as things end up, mostly centered in the Northeast, just because it helps with expenses such as travel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are just real factors that factor in on any new league that comes out. And so I think while Seattle would be a perfect market, we all know that, and I'm sure they know that too. I don't know that it's going to be in the cards right away.
Yeah, no, agreed. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm certainly saying cricket can be weirdly fun when other sport takes a tea break in the middle of a match. Exactly.
Yeah.
Lindsay, OMG, ECH community needs to vote on the 3 stars. That's what we got to do. We got to wrestle that away from Darren and just have the community vote.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard of any, sports reporter getting in trouble for, passing along their vote to a community or anything.
Yeah, no, it's foolproof, huh?
yeah, no, it definitely hasn't got people banned from halls of fame and all that.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no, we don't care about Hall of Fame. Anyway, what Hall of Fame are we getting into?
Well, I'm just saying, it takes away their Hall of Fame votes, like, Dan Levitard wasn't going into the Baseball Hall of Fame, but he sure lost his vote.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see. Reading ID. Yeah, I have my eyes on that too. Seattle and or Bay Area needs some women's hockey. All the politics aside, I can't get into the PHF teams all on the East Coast. Yeah, it is tough when they're all so far away. And yeah, Seattle and... Yeah.
I was going to say, you almost wish that it was feasible to have 2 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of go back to the origins of the NHL, right, where they've got the Pacific Coast Hockey League, and just have them run as 2 separate organizations. Let them focus on their own regions and areas and the specific issues that may or may not arise from things like that. Like, obviously, any sort of West Coast league is going to have, like I said earlier, more travel. It's just the way it is. Things are more spread out, but. And then just have them compete for some championship at the end. The 2 league champions compete. Like, I almost feel like going back to the way sports was originally with an American League and a National League, right? Baseball, AFL, NFL kind of thing, right? I almost wonder if that would be the best solution for women's hockey, where you can just have a West Coast League and an East Coast League and try to grow it that way.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I think that'd be the way to do it. Let's see.
That way you don't also have them stepping on each other's toes as much if you keep it regional.
Yep. No, that's true. That does make a lot of sense, actually.
Because that's been a problem in the past, obviously, so I don't know.
Yeah. That's good. We should talk about that more at length on the podcast or something if we need something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cameron, I finally get to go to my first game on Monday. It was supposed to go on January 6th, but it got postponed. Alas, the wait is over. Awesome. Yep. Happy for you, Cameron. I feel like, as much as it sucks that, you couldn't go on January 6th, I feel like the atmosphere, the environment surrounding this game is just going to be more exciting than it would have been then.
Yeah, for sure. Coming off this one, like, oh my God, it's going to be crazy.
Yep. Brian, 1st star Beniers, 2nd Donato, 3rd Grubauer. That's good picks.
Yeah.
And Valentina, the reference. I think you missed the post game where I was mad because the local media did a 3-minute segment on us getting professional cricket. The Kraken won a game that day, but no mention.
Yes, I remember the story
now. Yes. Okay. Yep. There you go. Joshua, you're both getting into the ECH Hall of Fame in my book. Lol.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua. Yep. Let's see. Valentina, can we retire their numbers? Joshua, let's do it. The community can vote on it. Lol.
There we go.
Yep. Stratic, I watch the PHF every so often, but it feels a million miles away being so East Coast centric. All the junior leagues come together for the Memorial Cup. That works. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always fun when you get that kind of stuff.
Yep. Vince Dunn, cult leader. I'll be in Seattle in a week, guys. I'm ecstatic. Awesome. So excited for you. That's right. To come over because what's the award called?
The Voyager.
The Voyager. Yes, because you're the Voyager. That is awesome. So happy for you. I mean, you're gonna have an amazing time.
I know. I'm so bummed that now I'm gonna miss you and Medeiros. It's really looking forward to meeting you guys.
I know. It's a shame how the timing works out. Good in some ways, obviously being there for the game tonight, but I'm sure, eventually Dylan will have a chance to meet everyone.
Yeah.
Reading ID, it does drive me crazy the way the NHL and men's hockey media keep driving home this. Why can't they make one league narrative? Let's just grow all the hockey. Exactly. Yep. Vince, Dunn cult leader, Legend of the Deep Voyager, baby. Yep.
There we go.
Yep. Shay reminding us of the title. Shay the Voyager, Brian says. All right. So we are at the hour and 26-minute mark. Last call for chat. I'm gonna say last call for chat.
Yeah, you earned the right to say that at this point. Too.
Yeah.
Thanks for holding down the fort.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, after that game, I'm just so excited, so happy to be able to spend this time there. Glad I could calm the coughing. I got someone bringing me honey coming in clutch. Kat brought me a spoonful of honey.
Nice.
So I that fixed me right up. So all right, let's see. Valentino, wow, long one. Thanks, guys. Lindsay, what a game, what a night. Let's let RJ rest his voice. Night all. Ty, feel that. That's a win. Unbelievable. Brian, good night, fam. Thank you. Reading ID, Kat is a real one. Oh, she sure is.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, I think we're going to end the stream. Any words to close us out, Dylan?
No, not really. I mean, it's just been an amazing night, an amazing experience, and awesome way to, kind of cherry on top it with everybody here.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see you for the next game in a couple days against Ottawa. I know we're all going to be thrilled for that one. All right, so we'll see you then. Good night, everyone.